Okay.
What up? This is the Recipe Crew. My name's Hero Beat, your Middle East beatboxing champion.
What's going on? I'm Jabbar, producer and MC off The Recipe.
What's up? This is Suerte, MC producer of The Recipe.
What up? Perfect Storm, rapper. Period.
The Recipe started about sometime beginning of last year when I saw this CD that was put out by the local rock scene here. It's called Ambulance, and it was basically like a compilation CD of all the rock bands that are in Dubai. And I thought, why can't the hip hop scene in Dubai have the same thing? So I went on radio and I kind of put the idea out there and opened the doors and told anyone who was interested to get in contact with me. I then met Jabbar, and one night we came here and I brought the Truth down as well, and we started playing beats, and suddenly the Truth was like, I really feel that beat. He got in the recording booth, which is just right behind us, recorded his verse. We felt it. We wrote a verse, we recorded it, and that was the first song recorded for The Recipe. And it just grew every week. More and more MCs started coming down. We started making more and more tracks, and after a while it was just like, you know, we had a bunch of people in here who were just jamming on top of these beats and freestyling and whatnot, and we were like, you know, people need to see this. So we decided to then make a show and start doing gigs, and from there it kind of just went up and up and up and up, and here we are. We just had the album launch a few days ago. It was quite successful. More people came to show support and love than we expected. And yeah, so far, whoever's listened to the album loves it.
The local music scene has picked up over the last, let's say, 6 months, 6 to 9 months. It's really picked up. It's been an uphill battle, man, basically for the last few years. But it started to pick up, and everyone started to come together. But like, the only one really doing anything right now is us. Like, everyone else is just sitting and waiting for stuff to happen. And we kind of like decided, like, we got to go out there and get it ourselves. So that's what we're doing, and it's working for us. And everyone's still, the rest of the guys are still just sitting there thinking, oh, what's going on? Why is stuff not happening for us? But it's picking up, and hopefully in probably 6 months to a year, it should start to really have its own identity and start to boom.
You know, it seems like a lot of the musicians in Dubai are just waiting for that big break. You know, everyone seems to think that they record an album, you know, and they make a music video and they spend a lot of money on it to get sponsors on board and whatnot, and they think straight away overnight a record label is going to sign them and they're going to become these big artists and whatnot. And they'll wait, and some of them will be waiting for years and whatnot, and they won't be doing anything else. They'll just be waiting on that one album. And finally, when they finally release their music video or something, you know, the song or the album is kind of outdated, you know, because music has evolved.
Yes, sir.
And like, you know, I feel if you're a true artist, like you don't, you know, you're always creating, and that's kind of what we're doing. All of us are kind of waiting for, you know, for it to happen, for someone to pick us up or whatever, you know, to take our music out there. But it's not gonna stop us from doing what we do, you know. Like we've just finished an album, yeah. While it was being mixed and mastered, all of us started working on other projects, you know.
But that's why our music gets better every time, because it's like we're practicing, and we're just getting in as much work as we can. Like, if you're a professional at anything you do, basketball, football, anything, you got to put in a certain amount of work to get to where you are. So just by sitting down doing nothing and waiting off this one album or this one track, you're not doing shit for yourself, really. And we're practicing. We might make 100 songs. 50 of the songs might not be good, but 50 of them might be, you know, progressing forwards, and that's what matters to us, and we all get better every day.
And it's all practice. And practice, like, you know, well, it doesn't make perfect, except for perfect somewhere, but to some extent, you know, no pun intended. But like, practice eventually gets you better as an artist. But another thing, just to add on to what Suerte said, is a lot of people expect that, yeah, they make an album, they're just gonna sit on their ass, and it's like, oh, okay, someone's gonna pick us up, but it doesn't work like that. In the music industry, it's known the guys that are successful are the ones who could pull off a good show. Having a live performance, like, we're entertainers. We're not only artists. If we're artists, we'll just stay in the studio or any other studio, continue to make music, and we'll just do that, and we'll just sit and hope that someone picks us up. But as an artist, it's a trade. You also got to be an entertainer. You got to know how to entertain a crowd, really, and that's also what we've been doing. Like the album just got released and it's October. Our first gig was March 27th, and we've done numerous gigs, whether it was individuals or as a group. And that's the thing that people got to understand. As artists, you got to grab it by the horns, and you got to kind of put yourself out there. Yeah, you're going to have nights where you do really well. You're going to have nights where you have a shitty crowd. But regardless, as long as you give it 800% every single time you go up there, people are going to still be, you're going to catch someone's eye, and that one person will go tell 11 people or whatever, and then word gets around, and that's essentially how the recipe evolved. It was word of mouth, and a lot of people started asking, when's this dropping, and finally, it's arrived.
Yeah.